Good morning. I am Michelle White, the urban author. And today I'm going to talk about, I guess, the first two books that I actually ever wrote. Even though Don't Make Me Act a Fool was published first, that wasn't my first book that I wrote. It actually was The Diary of My Life. And as you can see, oh no, let me turn it the other way. As you can see, it shows that my name was going to be Mia White, spelled differently, before I actually decided on the Michelle White. So as you can see, both of these, The Baby Mama Diary by Mia White. It's when you're writing, especially if you're writing some stuff that's actually real, you do need to change your name. Will be good to change your name and change the characters in the book as well. So that's why I really didn't release these two first, because I really think I do need to get some release forms just so y'all can't sue me. I'm talking real. It's nothing bad, negative, or anything that's gonna what is it? What is that? Like make your character bad or whatever. I'm not gonna do anything to where you would want to sue me or anything like that, because I will talk to each and every person individual once I do decide to release these books. That's why I would want a release form to let you know, so you guys be like, oh, she talking. No, don't. No, it's not like that. You can't sue me when I'm telling the truth, and it's my truth. So The Diary of My Life. Let's go ahead and let's read what it says. It said, if I was to take a look at all the guys that have been a part of my life, I would say I have learned from my mistakes. I'm more cautious, less careless, and more aware of the fact that there are some guys that are real, and then there are the ones who try to use you mentally, physically, sexually, and even financially. My experiences have been like most females, but since this is my diary, I'm going to tell you what I went through. So, when I look at the diary of my life, it actually does start with that first ever relationship. I didn't realize that I did write about that first relationship. So like I said, I can't even read anything from this book now. This is a tell-all, but like I said, it's not like a tell-all like that. So I can't really talk about this book at all. Sorry, but it's real. Is what I actually went through. Baby Mama Diary. Let's see. I could probably talk about a little bit more about that maybe. Let's just see, what did I roll? Okay, let me see if I can do a little bit of the introduction. So this is the Baby Mama Diary. So it looks like the Diary of My Life would come first and then the Baby Mama Diary. I thought it was vice versa. I thought it was the Baby Mama Diary, then the Diary of My Life, but it looks like as I'm reading, now I gotta read through all of this. But look at all of this on my bed. All these is manuscript. That means that manuscript form is that your book is typed up and ready to go to be published. It still has to go back and forth from me and the editor to get edited and stuff like that. But when I write, I straight write manuscript form. So I'm already typing up the computer as my book. And so when I finish typing, it's printed out like that. Let me see if I can do some of the chapters. Where is Don't Make Me Act a Fool at? Look, this is actually Undecided, Infatuated in Love. Look, it's ready to go. And yeah, I had these for a while. So look, it's ready to go. Look at even some of the editing I did before I submitted it. So when I go straight to the computer, I'm ready to go. It's a book. That's why I can do most of these books. Diary of My Life and Baby Mama Diary was started back to back, as long as Don't Make Me Act a Fool was started. And so I was working on at least 3 books at one time. And that's what I normally do, is work on 2 to 3 books at one time. Or if all my books are already started, I'm going to go back and forth, work on this for a little bit, work on that. So I'm already ready to, go. So let's get into the Baby Mama Diary. Let's read some of this. It says, the introduction. Every female can relate to my experiences of being a baby mama. If not completely, they at least know someone who is a baby mama, whose father may not be the man he's supposed to be. He hasn't yet stepped up to the plate. He still has a lot of growing up to do. But yet, all the time while he is finding himself, you're raising a child alone. The drama, the struggle, the emotions, the roller coaster ride, the other baby mamas, the fights, the denials, and all other things you go through. Most men think the phrase baby mama refers to a female who is just the father of the child. To some, she may not be a girlfriend. She may not be the one to marry. Others may not be able to describe what the relationship might be, if there's even one that exists. Some don't speak or even associate with each other. In my case, my description started off as a one-night stand, which is self-explanatory. I didn't receive the baby mama recognition until far later. One thing for sure, I was never the wife nor the girlfriend. Whatever the case may have been and whatever my title was, I was still the one that no matter what I went through, I still was in love with him unconditionally. Even when he didn't love me back, even when he broke my heart numerous times, I was the one, time after time, hoping, expecting, waiting, praying we will be together. Had I not went through what I went through with my son's father, there would be no need for this book. But since my experience was so emotional, I had to write this. I lost a part of me, my spirit, my soul, and my beliefs. I did things with him I didn't even do with my husband. I changed for him, took risks, gambled with love. Yeah, I paused. I hesitated. I didn't want to, but it is what it is. Because it's kind of like I'm a little emotional because this is real. I haven't really picked up these two books in a long time, and I just didn't realize how real they were, or how much of I'm actually really talking. I'm talking about each relationship from the point up until my first 12 years old, through my first son's father, second son's father, which became my husband, and that's it. Those first relationships. I didn't talk about my daughter's father. That's a whole nother book. But these two books are basically my first. So first, I guess from the age of 12 to what, 26, 28? Yeah, around that time. Let's talk about these chapters. I always try to do chapters or so that way when you hear the chapter, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. So we have the introduction, the one night stand, the bed is made, now lie in it, the life inside of me, the paternity test, the courtroom, the other baby mama, the birthday party, the realization, the loss, the new baby, the love letters, the life lesson, the end. So, baby mama, where does that title come from? I don't really like to use his baby mama. He's my baby daddy. I still use baby daddy. I guess I'll call him by his name, but I won't. Cause this is real. I mean, I might. Who knows? Let's see how I feel. But let's see, baby mama. I denounced my baby mama title because as of December 13th, my son turned 18. So I'm the mother of my son that me and him had together. And everybody know who my baby daddy is. If you don't, then, it ain't really. Not knocking him or nothing like that. We have a weird relationship. Like, it's like, we're cordial. We talk, we communicate, but it's like, I could pick up the phone anytime. He can pick up the phone. We do have a good relationship. And I try not to be like, oh, it's all bad. We got a good relationship. I mean, we cool. I don't have no faults with him. My son 18, I did my job. I did what I want to do. He's a part of his life. They have their own relationship. So they exclude me. They talk about stuff that I don't even know about. So I could say this, like I always say, I'm glad he is my son's father. I'm glad that my Fish was Marie's dad. I'm glad that Mecca is Demia's dad. Yeah, I'd name them, but I don't name the first because I don't need no issues or problems with, I don't know, whoever might not like what I say. But we don't have, so I got a communication with me and Mecca. We cool. We have our ifs and ands and faults and this and that, but we cool. Let it be. We're really cool. And I'm glad that my daughter's by him. I'm glad that I met Fish and had him. So it's 3.
Bitter for words, don't wanna taste it. This just too bitter for words, don't wanna face it. But I think that I'm
email. I should have took this off. I hope that didn't come on my video. I'm trying to hurry up and do this, but It is what it is. So yeah, I got a good relationship. Well, Fish not here no more, but we had a beautiful relationship, marriage. Um, Me and Mecca, we cool. Um, yeah. So, why did I write the book? I needed something to talk about, and like my first, when I thought maybe doing it like in a diary form, kind of somewhat autobiography, would get me more comfortable with my writing. So that's why that how that book came about. But then when I was like, okay, then I said, let me try to write in a different way, as really having a character, not using myself. So that's how Don't Make Me Act a Fool. And when it came down to release, my aunt was like, "Ooh, this one is better. Get this one out. Catchy title, better." So I did, and I'm glad I didn't, because it probably would have. I probably wouldn't. It probably would have threw me off, because I probably would have got so much negativity and feedback from this book, and why is she talking and it. So I'm glad that I didn't do that. But being a baby mom for me, it's not necessary. It's being a mother for me has been a beautiful thing. Being able to birth and raise my children, and majority of 98% on my own, single parent, you know what I'm saying? I had other people to step up. My mom was in my Darius's life for a minute. She didn't get to see Demia or Demarie, which is so touchy, because Demia is her only grandchild, and I was pregnant with Demarie when she passed away. I was 7 months pregnant at her funeral. So that's really touchy. But Darius did get to see my mom and Bob, and he got to remember a little bit about them, not much, because he was only around like 3 or so when they passed. So it's just being a mother of someone. And like I said, each three, even though I have three fathers, and I know women get knocked for having three fathers, but check the relationship. I don't got three stair-step kids. My sons are 3 years apart. They may be 3.5. I got an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. So you do the math. Yeah, it may have been 3.5 years. I may have had a toddler and then but with my first son and father, we were never in a relationship at all. And we met, and I got pregnant, and from there on, that's how it is. But that's why that chapter say the paternity test. Yeah, I got that paperwork, so it is what it is. 99.99. And then I dated after whatever. Well, you know what? And I'm gonna just say it like this: even though we were never together, we never really stopped dealing with each other. I'm just gonna say it like that. We never stopped dealing with each other. It is what it is. But I mean, I don't deal with him now. But I don't deal with him now. Okay, I'm trying not to be petty. I don't deal with him now. I do have a boyfriend. I am in a relationship. So I don't deal with my baby daddy. I don't deal with none of them. I don't deal with Mecca or him at all. Besides, is hey, your kid's doing fine, blase blase. But it's just funny. It's a little insider. But so when I got pregnant with Darius, went through all that when I went through, and we dealt with him on and off until I don't know how old Darius was before I just was like, okay, we're done. We're actually moving on, because I always thought the idea that we would get together. I mean, I got love for him. I'm not even gonna say that I don't. I always thought that we were gonna be a couple at some point, but when I realized that we're never gonna really be a couple, let me move on. So that's when I moved on, and that's where Fish came into play. When I met Fish, I had already had Darius. I was like, I got a baby. I'm not supposed to play house with you. I'm trying to get married, and you know what? That man respected that. He stepped up to Darius as a father. He was like, when I got pregnant with Demarie, it was kind of rocky, but then he was like, forget it. We're going to be together. We're going to get married. And that's what we did. And that's why I said, you'll always have that one person you'll have love for. You'll have no matter who you move on with. And Fish is one of the persons that I still have love for. Because it's not just because it's just because when he came into my life, it's like I said, it was the right time, what I needed, even though it was premature. it was just how he came in was just so cool, stepping up, taking care of somebody else's son. Just, I mean, give me advice. He never talked that. See, when a man comes into your life and can aid in it as far as being that physical, that financial, that emotional, where you could talk to him and not talk down to him. I can't stand a guy that talks down to you. Like, man, instead of saying, babe, you should, your job, your career, you complaining about it.